Check. Mike. Hello? I think we're on. It's time to break the streaming API. Let's see. Welcome back to the Inefficient Icon Inventory built on Salesforce. Last time we worked on this, we built this component. I built this component on the side to render the icon, and we've got this over-engineered over-engineered data model to represent the icon, the pixels in our icon, and this is the result right here. Now I added this super cool zoom feature so you can zoom in and out of the icon. I think that's life size. That's actual size. Kind of small. So hey, zoom, zoom, zoom. Don't push zoom too much or it'll break. But see what I mean? Too big. We'll have to fix that someday. There's a little grid feature here too that I added, and we've got today I want to break the streaming API in Salesforce by allowing multiple users at once to edit the icon. And I think right now edit is going to be like when you click a pixel it turns white, and when you click it again it turns black. But wouldn't it be cool if when somebody else was logged into Salesforce looking at the same record at the same time, because this will totally happen, that they could see those changes and make their own changes. I think we can do that. And I think it's not the best use of the streaming API because it's going to be a whole lot of clicking going on. But, you know, why not? You can't do that on Salesforce. And this is the kind of stuff that we do. So let's learn together. Streaming API. How do you do it? LWC has its own library that you have to import some stuff for. The EMP API, the electromagnetic pulse API, is I think pretty sure that's what that stands for. So we'll use the electromagnetic pulse API on our Lightning Web component to somehow make this happen. But I think before we make this happen, we need some clicky functionality, right, on our pixels, or we're not going to be able to do much with any of this. So let's recap real quick. What are the moving parts? Well, we have a component called icon display. I'm pretty sure that's our only component. Yep, for now it's our only component. It displays the icon as its name implies. It's got a few buttons on here to do zoom in, zoom out, but it's basically a loop inside of. Actually, it's not even a loop. It's a loop inside of a loop. We do a little mucking around with the data to kind of create rows for the icons or the pixels that come in for the icon, and then we turn them into the layout that's there. So we will need something on this guy, I think, to respond to some click changes and then do some styling work and update the the pixel in question. So in our square here, I've got each of these pixels. Probably need a better name. We could fix that. Lets us know what pixel, which pixel it is, where it's located in the grid, and what color it is. Because in keeping with form, we've overcomplicated the color as a lookup instead of just a color. Because why not? So we're going to use, I think, just white and black for now. We'll cause more trouble for ourselves with a color picker in the future. So we'll go from black to white and white to black, which means we're going to probably need that data in here somewhere to let us know what white color and black color is. So definitely targeting a on-click event here. In fact, let's put that in now. This is going to be on-click. This is pixel click. Something we have to implement. We'll put it over here as a stub, and we'll talk about the code while we're in here too. come back to that. What's going on in the JavaScript? We've got a Apex class with some OR enabled stuff that loads the icon data and loads the pixel data for us. We've got the usual litany of properties and such to manage. We've got some management of CSS variables in here. I have no idea what this is, so I'm going to get rid of it. So some CSS variables are being used to try and manage, keep the merging of values from going insane here on the in the HTML. And try to reference them through CSS. Although I learned last Thursday that if you have multiple of the same component on your page, this doesn't work, or at least it doesn't work the way that I'm referencing it in the CSS. So maybe we'll figure some of that out this week too. But for now, we've just got one component here using one CSS file to render it. So we'll see how it goes. We're loading our icon. We're loading the pixels. I should probably bring up the Apex class for this too. Nothing really crazy going on here. We load twice because we want the dimension information about the icon first, and then we get the pixels separately. I suppose this could be a subquery, but you know, whatever. Maybe we'll fix that later. After we initialize, we show the thing. Well, before we show the thing, we build this pixel matrix. So again, the pixel data is just flat. It's a table, you know, one after the other, sorted by their Y's and X's, their rows and columns, essentially. So we need to turn that into a matrix of something that's useful. We do that here. We apply a little bit of CSS sauce. This is what we're going to be changing on the on each of the pixels. I have a feeling we're going to need ourselves a pixel component because it will be easier to manage, but we'll see. On the other hand, we can probably reference the thing that was clicked and get it dynamically. So within our event handler. All right, so let's see what we can do here. First things first, we want to make pixels clickable. So I'll call that pixel click. And I think we've got that over here already. Yes, we do. So when we pixel click, we're gonna toggle the color, toggle pixel color. Probably need something like that. And the thing that I think we also are going to need or want let's make some data. Let's use SFID here because we're going to want to update these components when they are updated. Let's use pixel ID just like we're doing for the key. All right. So now we'll be able to get the ID, and I kind of want to just get the color, even though it's embedded in the style. I think it would be easier to have data color here, and that can be, what is that? Pixel.color.value. So let's put that in here. So now I've got two data attributes that let me know what the ID of this pixel is and what its color currently is. And we will be changing that, and we will be updating the style accordingly, and we will be saving that change to the database, to that record. And I'm just checking the side here. Okay. All right, so let's see, so what are we going to do here? We got this data coming in. I can never remember the properties of the incoming object, so I'm going to just do a little bit of console.log just so we can get this out and we can test it. Let's go back to one of our icons. Take a look at the square. Zoom in on that a little bit. And let's inspect. So we should be able to click on these and get some conversation going with the. I think I have to. Did I save that? Yep. Let's refresh. Make sure we're seeing the latest. Pixel click. Okay. What happens when we pixel click? We get E, which is I think the target data set. Nope. Source element. Let the guessing begin. Source element. Haha. All right. Let's do my favorite. JSON is not a function. What? Oh, it's not string, you dummy. Stringify. All right, yep, there they are. Got the Salesforce ID and the color. Pretty sure I clicked on a white one. So that is cool. We've got, so that's e.sourceElement. And just realized I didn't have that in the screen. So sorry about that, y'all. Will for next time. So that's e.sourceElement.dataset. That's what we want the stuff out of. So let's let SFID equal the dataset SFID, and we'll let the color equal the color. Okay, so we got our hex value, we got our Salesforce ID. Now we need to do some swapping of stuff. So maybe we don't need toggle pixel color as its own thing, but I think we do need to have an update call here eventually that'll run async out of this. So let us see what we can do here. So we need to set up something to save, to update the record with. And we also need to get LWC update record. Feel like we can just call this from, yeah, we don't need a wire for that. We can just use, this. Update record. Back to the code. If we can find the code. So eventually we're going to call, oops, not there. That's silly. We're going to call update record. And I got to go back and look at all the parameters for that. But we don't need an Apex call for that. We can just do that as a promise. Okay, so on the front end, we need the color, and then if the color is white, we're going to make the color black. So let's do that. If color equals, the more elegant way to do this will be to use the, we should call the colors out of our Salesforce org, but maybe later. Okay, if it's white, make it black. Otherwise, it's white. Okay, groovy. Now let's put that back into the element that we just got this from. So we want to set the style of that to whatever we need it to be, background color, something, something. The pixel that we're dealing with, so the elegant way to do this would be to just update the style on the pixel object in question. I think we can find the, can we find the pixel in our mass of pixels here? We don't even need to do that because we can just reference. I think we can just reference the element that it came from. So if I can remember how to update the DOM in an LWC, let's see, DOM. I can hopefully select the element, and then we can make a change to it. Yeah, I literally want to do this. No, that's not the right one. That looks curious. LWC engine DOM. Ooh, what's that? Getting sidetracked here, but for another day. DOM manipulation in the Lightning Web Component. Yeah, I think once we have the query selector, the question is, we can just use our data ID, right? We can just select the thing that we, I think, let's find out. That's our style. Let's let style let style equal, now this is color. Okay, and now we want to select element equal select, and then how do you select with a data property? Can we do this? I feel like we can do this. Data attributes with CSS selectors. Yep, there you go. Nothing fancy. All right, so we're going to select the element whose SFID equals exactly what we passed in there. Space for all that is SFID. All right, and then element style equals style. Let's see what happens. All right, we got, I think it's time for the hoodie to come off because, woo, getting warm. Coding is a workout, people. There we go. How do we do? How did we do? Gonna watch. All right, we're at pixel click. The hope is we actually locate the element that we clicked on. We got the SFID and the color. It was white, now it's going to be black. The style that we're changing has everything we need. The element is hopefully what we're looking for. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe we have to do div dot, let's see, what blew up? Nothing. Nothing blew up. Go figure. No error, no nothing. Okay, let's click another one. Oh, am I missing? I think I'm missing something. Maybe not. Let's see. You just want to do a selection with a data element. Do we have to do this? I have to do this. Try again. All right, so we're trying to get the element whose data SFID equals, heyo, I think that was it. Element.style. And we're going to set that, and what happens? Hey, it turned black. All right, now we're cooking. And then does it turn white again? Ooh, wouldn't that be amazing? It doesn't. Back to the drawing board. Let's see. The color is white, and the color, otherwise the color equals, why does it still equal black? Did I feel like I have something wrong in here? Oh. No. We have to set the data set again, right? We can't just, otherwise the data set color is gonna stay the same. Can I access that like this? We're gonna find out. All right, so now we should be updating the dataset color property as well as the actual style. I'll let this run. Okay, look at that. We've got pixels that we can change the color of. Oh my goodness, this is going to be awesome. All right, so with that, now what? We got to save the actual. Let's save the actual data. To do that, we need to go here. No, here. And let's call update record, and let's magically remember how we use that. There you are. All right, 2 parameters, the record input, which has some properties. I think you pass it. We're just going to pass it the type, and then we're going to pass that. Okay, something like that. So update record expects one of these objects. I'm curious, do you need to, I'm not going to tempt fate. I think we need to pass the API name. What are we updating? We're updating a pixel, right? So we're updating a pixel, and then we're going to pass it some, this is not JSON, this is a JavaScript object, so we don't need that. Let's make this look a little more organized. Fields. And this will be like a map. The ID is our SFID. Color. This is it's a little nastier because we have our over-engineered color. What if we passed? What if you could pass the color to a pixel and then it would figure out what color it needs to be? Maybe that would be nice. Maybe that would be handy dandy. Again, completely unnecessary. We could just store the color. You know what? No. We're going to query out the colors. Let's get colors. Load colors. Let's make a new load colors. We don't need an icon ID. This will be super efficient once we have like millions of colors in here. Select ID from color. I don't know if we really need to sort it. We should probably get a few other fields here though, right? Let's get the, what's on the color? Is it just the name and the value? Yeah. ID, name, value. There we go. Okay, save that. Come back up here and we'll call that load colors. Oops, that didn't work. There we go, load colors, and there. And let's call that in our, let's make a colors object here, array to store that in. And we'll do it right here. In fact, we'll load our colors first, because why not? This.colors. And it doesn't take any parameters. Okay, so we're going to load our colors, and then I think we can try to, we can find the color by, whoops, what did I do? Illegal conversion from list color to list pixel. Well, yeah, I did that wrong. This should be a color, not a pixel. There we go. Now it'll magically work. Cool. And we're loading that. We got our colors. So now we need something like, I'm going to get rid of this and find color by value. And we'll pass in a value. And then we'll do found equal another thing I can never remember, which is to find something. JavaScript find object in array by property. My array.find. Found equals, so each item we're going to find, we want the, I guess we need the color, right? Oh no, we got the val. Duh. So we want where item dot value equals val. Okay. What does this return if, what does array.find return if returns undefined? Okay. So that will get us the color that we need, and then this is, we're not changing the position of any of these, so we're just gonna update the color. Let's see, let color record equal find color by value, and let's pass the color value in there. So hopefully that gives us our color record so we can use its ID. We're not changing anything else on the update record call. And I just need to remember if there's anything else we need to pass this. It takes client options, which I don't think we need to do anything with that. It returns a promise. So I was just going to kind of fire and forget on the on those to make sure that it actually. I guess we should make sure it actually works, right? So we'll do a little. Let's see if I'm not asyncing here. Can I async? Can you async a event and then can we just await this, put it in a try catch and see if anything goes wrong? Let's try it. Steal some of this. Log the error, and then we can say pixel color updated. Log the error. Hopefully everything's good. I don't need to worry about this init thing. Let's try it. Back to our icon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We can talk about the zoom too. I don't think we went through that on the last session. Okay, is it gonna let me async this this call? So far, so good. Let's see. Did we get a color record? Oh, what happened? Oh, my array not defined. Yeah, no kidding. We need this colors. Curse of the copy pasta. Okay. All right. Do over. I feel like I should zoom this in by default a little more than having to click this all the time. Okay, now let's find the color. Undefined. What? Hold on. I would like to see that in action. Let's do that again. There's only two, so I guess we can step through the debugger and see what's up. Or maybe I put the zooms on the top so I don't have to keep chasing the zoom button. That might be smarter. All right, we got the color. Let's make sure we have one that actually has that color. I don't see why we wouldn't. Unless I am... Are we putting the semicolons on these? What did I just do? I want to duplicate this. Come on, Salesforce, go faster. Wow, that's super slow. Oh, it must be because I'm holding on to the debug over here. Let's see, we pass this in. So for each of these, nope, no semicolons. Let's look at the data set that's coming back. Start there. We can probably go there. Refresh. Well, we got two colors. They definitely have values. So, huh. F. So they're there. So now let's change one. And go into here. Should find item.value equals val. I wonder if it's doing anything funky because it's a hex value. Oh, we're not returning anything. Oh wait, no wait, I guess we are. Hold on. Let's not. No, we're not. We're not returning anything. Well, that's not going to work. That's never going to work. Again. Okay, so now we definitely have colors. And now we color by value, boom. And return. So color updated. Now let's just refresh. I didn't have enough catches in there for other parts, so let's see just how we did. Oh, it didn't take. Okay, let's find out why. Found the color, set the record ID, set the Salesforce ID. Oh, got an error. Let's see, what did we get? API value should not be provided for patch. Okay. Thank you for that information. Maybe we just passed the fields because it knows the Salesforce ID from the fields. Oh, we're going to do a little side work here. Just gotta fix something for the crew back at the ranch. Okie dokie. I think. All right, where were we? Sorry, I had to help someone back at the ranch there. Make sure we didn't lose y'all here. All right. Okay, we're not passing the API name. We are just passing the Salesforce ID now, and hopefully that should make everybody happy. Let us see. I am totally going to put these buttons on the top because they are driving me nuts. Got our color, update our record. Let's move these around a little bit. That looked happy. I think we're happy. Did we still get a black spot in the icon? Survey says yes. All right, let's please put these buttons on top. Okay, move this. Move these up above. There we go. All right, so we are communicating clicks to the server, and that is a good thing. And let's just test it again. See how now with buttons on top, hopefully. Yep. Take out our debugs here and see how amazing our button clicking spectacular is operating. Click, 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 click. I don't know. That looks great. Now, did that all save? Let's see how many. Well, the pixel color updated 10 times. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Pretty quick. Question is, how quick when we start streaming the update to other components? Okay, refresh that. How'd we do? Not to other components, to other users. Looks good, as long as you don't zoom too far. All right, so now we can edit our pixel, yay, or edit our icon, yay, as long as it's black and white. And now we can get back to this lightning electromagnetic pulse API and see what kind of trouble we can get in here. Now, I haven't done a ton with this, so we're going to be crawling before we walk here a little bit. I think I have to make a platform event and publish to that so that others can listen for it. But let's see. Module, access to methods for subscribing to a streaming channel. In the components JavaScript, we need to reference a bunch of stuff. In this example, subscribes when you click the subscribe button. It logs the recent messages to the console. Unsubscribe tells you to stop the subscription. Okay. The example uses the default streaming channel of event test E and assumes that E is a platform event that's defined. So we're going to need a platform event. So maybe we need like a pixel event. And let's see what they're doing in code. Importing all this stuff. This is the channel name. Is subscribe. This is a toggle that they're using to subscribe and unsubscribe. And then there's actually a subscribe call here, which subscribe to the channel name. I have no idea. Pass reference to message callback. So that's what is called when you subscribe. handle unsubscribe, register error listener. Now this is nice and all, but I really want to receive the change. This provides access to methods for subscribing. All streaming channels are supported. So run multiple streaming apps in a single browser. Not shared across sessions. That's cool. Now, once I'm subscribed, how do I... This callback is invoked. Oh, okay. This callback is invoked whenever a new message is received. Okay, so this is where the magic happens. So our component is going to subscribe to a channel, and then it's going to listen through this callback for any other change events that occur. So I think the first thing we need is, like, we're going to be updating pixels at the end of the day. So, and we might want to update the pixel. Let's create our let's go to Platform Events API second, and so we can stream out of that. Subscribing to platform events in a lightning notification. Oh, PubSub API. Maybe that'll be another episode, content for another episode. Pretty straightforward to subscribe. I'll take all this. Thank you very much. Import. Oh, it didn't. Whatever I tried to copy, it sure didn't copy. Hit the copy button this time. Okay. Got all those. So we don't have a component, or we don't have a platform event yet. So let's set that up. Custom platform event. All right, let's make ourselves a platform event. We'll make a platform event, and then we will take a little break, and then we'll come back and wreak havoc on the streaming API. If I can type. I think we just call it Pixel, right? We'll publish immediately, because why not? New platform events are high volume and handle the delivery of millions of events per day. Cool. Let's do millions. Pixel, let's call it Pixel event, I guess. Taking a minute. Taking a minute to cook. Okay, we've got our pixel event. So what do we need in order to? So here's what's going to happen. Our component is going to publish a pixel event, and then another user looking at the same component is going to be subscribed to see the pixel events occur, and when they hear one come back, they need to know a few things. I think the icon that they're looking at right? So we need to know the icon that the pixel belongs to, because that should filter out, and the component should decide, like, I don't care about that icon. I'm not listening for that. And then we need the pixel that's part of the icon. That's what we do care about. If I'm looking at the current icon, then I need to change the pixel on my side to respond to the pixel being changed by somebody else somewhere else. We need to do that probably piggybacking off of our logic that we just used to change the color here, but we don't want to send the color update back to the server, because we get into infinite ping pong situation. I think it might be easiest if we just built a flow on the pixel object to insert a pixel event, and then it's all kind of taken care of there, and we don't need to, like, I don't need to do another update record here. We're always going to broadcast a pixel change or a pixel event when a pixel is saved. So we'll do that. All right, so first we need some fields. We need a text field for the, let's say we need a text field for the icon ID. Icon ID, that'll be up to 18. Which probably should be required too, just so we can be good about this. Okay, and then we'll use we'll put the pixel ID on there. That should be required also. And then we'll add the color. Which is 7 character. I'm going to make it 10, just make 7. Okay, and we need the color also. All right, so we've got our pixel event ready to receive pixels. We should make a flow that responds to a change created or updated pixel. Maybe just updated, I think. Yeah, just updates. Pixel when the record is updated. Technically, we only care if the color has changed at this point, so we're not passing a ton of updates in. So let's do that. Color is changed. True. Yeah, okay. And we're going to do run after. I suppose we could run asynchronously, but we really want this to be we're going to see how real-timey this whole thing is. I wonder, could we, well, let's play with the color first, and then I have some thoughts about, could we actually show what user is doing what? So record updated, let's create a record. Let's say insert pixel event. We'll do this. Set the icon ID to the, this is the incoming record icon. Set the pixel ID to this record's ID. And we'll set the color to this record's colors. I'm just going to pass the value for this because that's ultimately what the component's going to need to make its change. Okay, that is done. Let's save that. And this is pixel after updated insert pixel event. Okay. I don't think we need to change anything here. Okay. Activated. Let's update a pixel and see if we get a pixel event. Actually, can we observe that? Let's see. I wonder, so do we have to, I don't think we have to subscribe to our, can we determine if we're already subscribed? I wonder. Because we're going to subscribe, and then I wonder, are we going to subscribe again and again and again and again? I need to look at the subscribe. This takes channel name, -1, message callback. Response contains the subscription information on subscribe call. Maybe it will tell us that we were already subscribed? I don't know. Our channel name is, okay, it's just event slash our thing. All right, so let's throw this in. We're going to be pixel event. So we're going to subscribe to that. And then we're going to call this we'll do that in our init. Guess we can do that at the very end after we, oh, we can just actually call that right in here, okay? I do want to figure out what this, what parameter, what that -1 parameter is. So let's see, EMP subscribe parameters. EMP API the replay ID, let's see. Maybe I just missed. Oh, here it is, it's down below. The channel replay ID indicates what point in the stream to replay events from. Specify -1 to get new events from the tip, -2 to replay from the last saved event, or a specific event replay ID to get all saved and new events after that ID. I guess we'll start with -1, although -2 is kind of curious. but I'm too stupid to know how that works. We can, let's see. All right, subscribe. Okay, I don't know about the subscription and it holding, whether it holds or not. So let's find out. Okay, we're going to subscribe. Our channel name, we've got it, -1. Our message callback, we need to define that still. We'll drop this in here. I think we just start here, right? Let's see if we can get anything to respond. Response.channel. These are not things that we need yet. Okay. Can we subscribe? All right. There's our icon. Woohoo! Okay, what did we get it back here? EMP setting initialized true for undefined. Do I just have a bad? Subscription request sent to here. All right, now let's see. Do we have a subscription? We do not. Oh, excludes comma D subscriptions. Okay. So I hope that the subscription is only, the life of the subscription is only while we have the component open. So let's try this. Let's open this up in another, let's duplicate this. I'm going to put this in another window. Okay, so now I'm going to close this and I'm going to hopefully debug this one. Component, subscription request sent to the pixel event. So I should be able to go over here, click a pixel, get a pixel event, and at least see that data come to this tab. So drum roll, please. Oh, look at that. What did we get? We got the pixel ID. We got the icon ID. We got the color. Oh, very exciting. Now, how long did that take? Boop. 2, 3, okay. Boop. 2, ooh, 1, 2. All right. Do. I think we just got 4 more. Okay, so we are, it's working. Very exciting. All right, we're clicking in here and we're getting, you can't tell. Let's do this. We're clicking in here and we're getting results down here in about a second. Okay. All right. all right. So, and then what does this look like over here? All right, cool. So, quick break, grab a drink, come back, and see what other kind of trouble we can get into. We actually have to make this browser react to the changes that are coming in, and maybe we can do some other shenanigans with that as well. So we'll be right back. All right. Now let's get into trouble. So we're getting the data back. It looks like this. We need to parse out the pixel and the icon ID. I'm sorry. We need to parse out the icon ID and make sure that the data that's coming in matters to this record. I wonder if there's a way to filter on that. There's got to be, but I just don't know how. But that's okay. So this message callback is going to do that work. The response is this object. So it has data. We really want response.data.icon ID. So let's let icon ID equal response.data.icon ID. We want the pixel ID. to be the pixel ID, and then we want the color to be the color. Okay. So first things first is the icon that we're dealing with equal to the record ID. If not, we don't care. It's a report from another object or from another record. So if this dot record ID does not equal icon ID, and I got to check on that because I have a feeling we're in like a 15 character versus 18 character situation. Hopefully everybody's speaking 18 characters here. So really we only want to do more if that equals that. Then we can do, basically we just want to do this again. We just want to find the record, set the style and the color, and be done with it. So maybe we should turn this into its own call. Let's say set element, set pixel element style, I guess. So that's really, we just want the color and the Salesforce ID. And then we can do the rest of this over inside of that. And then we can call it from both places. Okay. Makes sense, right? Okay. So now we have this function will take the Salesforce ID, take the color, write the style, find the element, set the style, set the data set on the, or set the color on the data set, and I think that's all we need. And then we can call that from here. Set pixel element style with the pixel ID and the color. Now we're not saving the we're not saving anything because we don't want to get into ping pong land. We just want the component to update itself to look like the change that took place elsewhere. So let's see how we did. I got two browser windows open, I think. Okay, let's say this is, I can't remember which tab this this debug is attached to, but let's see. Click here. I probably have my windows backwards. Let me let's inspect this one. Oh wait, we're not writing that now. I just realized we're not writing anything to the console. All right, let's make sure we're at least getting into our okay, we're doing our subscription. Let's go here. All right, we're getting what we want. I have my references wrong here. So what the heck is... Oh, it's legit a string. Okay, so we need to parse that into an object. All right. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Okay, so now we'll use our response object instead of just the response. Okay, there we go. Now let's try this again. All right, they're both looking the same. Now I'm gonna make sure I still have some debug in here. I do. Let's change that. Comes over here. What? What just happened? What? Okay, what, is it not an object then? I must have misread that, I guess. Let me hit it again so we can at least see what is going on here. Can't find anything in this thing. Shouldn't there be response.data? I don't understand. The payload, maybe. Okay, response.data.payload.icon.id. Okay. We do not need to do this. Misread that. Oh, those proxy objects, they sure are fun. Response.data.payload.icon.id, response.data.payload.pixel, response.data.payload.color. Okay. Boom. This should do it. All right. Next attempt. Technically, I don't need to refresh the other one. It just needs to send its event and be done with it. But now, hopefully, again, I want to step through the debugger here. So let's set that to white. Okay, we got the icon ID, the pixel ID, and the color. Oh wait, we're gonna have some thisness. Yeah. Because we've lost context because we're in a function now. So I can't get at this dot record ID because this is now the function ID, or I'm sorry, the function itself. All right, let's do. I think I solved this just by saying. And then I think we can use that. I think. Okay, refresh both of you. Here's the destination, here's the source. Click on a corner. Let's see, did we lose it again? What happened here? Oh, what? D is not defined. Where's a D? Whoops. Syntax. Okay. All right, this is going to be the one. No debug errors. Here we go. Okay, came through. Record ID equals icon ID. We should be making that black pixel white now. I'm going to come down into set pixel element style and step through this. Now what? Oh, we're calling this again, right? I think, yeah. Let's set this equal to this, and then we can do this, and we can do this. Okay. I think if I defined the function with an arrow function, it wouldn't have this problem of losing the context reference. Okay, top left corner. Boop. Got the color. Do we find the element like before? Yes, we do. And we're going to update it and set the... Oh, look at that. It works. Oh my gosh, it works. Let's put them side by side. All right, let's do all four corners. Boop. Hey. Amazing. Pretty quick too, honestly. Like, I don't know if I could really track the speed, but you know, it's probably a... It's curious if they... Like, I wonder if the... No, they all seem to be their own calls. All right. Neat. Neato. So, we are maybe not blowing up the streaming API, but we're definitely working it here. So, I wonder if I could tell it... You know, we could kind of do a bunch of stuff from here, right? We could tell the... We could also tell it who is doing the clicking. You know, put a little icon or a circle or a highlight for each person, kind of like Google Docs or something like that. We could should we go back the other way? I don't think there's any reason why it wouldn't. Yep. So they both know about each other here. I suppose it's possible, like if I click this black, it turns black, and then I say, no, it's white. And it's white. I say, no, it's black. And now it's black. I say, no, it's white. Now it's white. Curious what that just did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. Let's see what we end up with. It should look like this. Yep, it did. Very cool. So now we have a collaborative pixel building experience. I don't think we actually have... I don't think we're actually generating icon space here. I manually piled in the pixels and such, so maybe next time we can, or maybe offline, I'll get a little bit of that wired up. So you can create a new icon, set the width and height, or change it, I guess. That'll be that's an interesting algorithm to have to figure out. As these get bigger, you know, we can have, maybe we can also look at highlighting, you know, whatever user is currently logged in, and or whatever user is currently making changes to the component, and maybe just like highlight whichever one they last clicked. Maybe highlighting where they are isn't super useful. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is useful to show on hover what icon they're working on, if you will. And if you're the same user like I am, I mean, it still works. You would just see your name twice, kind of a la, you know, a Google Doc or something like that. But it's pretty neat. All right. Success. Let's look at this as a checkerboard, I guess. There we go. Zoom out. That's the actual size. It's so tiny. All right. Hey, we did it. Maybe we didn't blow up the streaming API, but we definitely got two components reacting to each other's pixel clicks. I think we did generally what we set out to do today. So I'm going to call it there, I think. Stream's a little quiet, so I think we can wrap it up a little early and get this. And I forgot to post the last YouTube video because I was in post-vacation mayhem, getting back into the real world. So we'll get up to date. I also have some updates to do on the You Can't Do That on Salesforce website to call out all the projects that we're working on. Thursday, we're gonna... Thursday, I have a weird schedule. I think it's going to be a late show, maybe like 8 o'clock at night, and do some more Monopoly. And then I think next week, possibly a Wednesday episode. We're gonna... I got another corny game. Eventually, these projects are going to turn into actual games that can be played, and then we'll really have some fun. So I think that's it for now. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.